Tarak, hello. Ram Charan,
Hello.
and welcome to Galatta Plus.
Thank you.
And I saw a picture yesterday, or a set of pictures of people in Pittsburgh standing in the snow. I don't know if you saw them, saying that RRR Team Ram Charan or something like that. You know, I have a feeling that this film is going to kind of have this Team Tarak and Team Charan, who's like which one you're on. Seriously speaking, what is it like working with SS Rajamouli? Do you say it's like climbing Mount Everest?
You could say that, maybe.
Definitely, it is.
could say that.
It is. But he will give you all the harness, all the nets that will support you, so that you don't have to worry about falling back. There's only one path that is going up the mountain. Apart from that, yes, it's a great learning curve as well for us. For me at this point, again revisiting who we are as an actor, what is our involvement required when we hear a subject. He brings out a new kind of a feeling. All my cells wake up when he narrated this subject to me. And I know I'm here for a very new process. As an actor.
He's a narrator. He doesn't give you the script to read. He narrates it.
Yes, he does. See, he is many things. But I think with RRR, the catch of RRR is we are bringing back the lost glory of Indian film, where rather than calling ourselves as Indian actors, we've bought ourselves down into a well where you say that you've become such a regional actor.
Yeah.
Somewhere this whole big Indian film's glory is not being cherished. Thanks to Bahubali, and I think thanks to RRR with his idea of bringing two stars together, is bringing back the lost glory of Indian films.
Right. Because once upon a time, multi-stars used to happen all the time.
And absolutely. And somewhere they were lost.
His grandfather did probably about 16, 17.
Yeah, I mean, like those, it's not there anymore.
Right.
Where, we've been waiting for a Rajnikant and Kamal sir to get back together. Where? I don't know, but it should be possible. So this, I think, is going to be possible now thanks to Bahubali.
Right.
Which has opened the gates of regional films and made it one big Indian film industry. There's going to be a lot of crossover films coming now. Actors from different regional films are going to get together.
Yeah, like Fahad and Pushpa or whatever it is.
Yes, it's just the start. And imagine what the end is going to be.
Yeah.
So
many to come.
That's what he's achieved with this film.
I'm glad you mentioned this fact about multi-starters because, however good you think your performance is, you've been guided well, you know your role, you know everything, and you've listened to narration, you know all that kind of stuff. Is there some kind of insecurity at the back of your head saying that, what if this other person walks away with the audience appreciation or applause or whatever it is?
I think it's absolutely justified for a person to feel insecure about your co-actor.
Yeah.
It happens.
Right.
And I think that fear brings about the best. It increases your potential. It brings about the best in you. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
We're all, as you said, we're all humans. And we're actors where obviously you need to have that kind of a insecurity. And again, you need to have this director called Rajamouli who need to, where you put all your confidence on.
Right.
And you know that it's two characters together doing a journey for his movie. So I think
that insecurity sometimes is our driving force.
Yeah,
It's
every
a good thing
day.
you're saying.
It is a very good thing.
It's like butterflies in the stomach.
That's good, yeah. That's very good. It has driven me many times in the process of this film to do better, to come back better when I see a shot of Tarak's thing. That gives me a force to come back better. Also, when you get this insecurity as really matured human beings and as an actor, we also know how to snub it, keep it down, and trust that man who we both trusted and know that he does justice when he takes up something.
Right. In Hollywood, for instance, when, let's take Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, right? It has two megastars.
Yeah.
Like RRR. But it's not really a mass movie, It's a very intense, personal, like a director's
I was a bit disappointed with that film. Sorry to say.
Right. No, that's fine.
I expected much more.
Right. No, but what I'm trying to say is that it's here when the big stars make films, they are almost always mass films, and the other kind of films are done by smaller stars, like newer actors, like Pelli Chuplu or something like that. So why does this exist only in India? So because of the fans.
Multiple aspects.
Right.
There are multiple categories of thought that goes into a director and a producer. Why they don't opt for this? just as actors sitting in our
I
home,
think it's-
we cannot
yeah.
think.
See, I think it's more to do with the filmmaker.
Okay.
I mean, I think the question should be asked to a filmmaker who hasn't approached a big
Right.
star. See, I don't believe in that big or small.
No,
Because
again,
yeah.
like I
I
said,
don't.
I didn't mean small in a derogatory way.
Obviously.
Yeah.
So, but we really don't. See, ultimately, we are actors.
Yeah.
Right? So, I think the question should be asked to a filmmaker who hasn't approached these
A
actors.
successful storyline, not
Yeah,
a
so-
massy storyline or a classy storyline. There has to be only one storyline that is a successful screenplay.
Right.
And
That
as you
should
said,
work.
once upon a time in Hollywood, I mean, like, it didn't work.
Yeah.
By a master storyteller having two great stars or actors, it didn't work.
And
So
we are a fan of
ultimately, you
all
don't
the
know
three.
which film works.
Right.
The
Isn't it
director
how
and the
we
two
are? So we
actors.
don't know.
Right.
You always do a film and you don't know what the verdict is
Right.
till that Friday.
But
Till
is
the morning
there a
show,
quest
right?
for something like that? Yes. All of
Absolutely,
us do.
we are
have
open
a
for
quest for that.
Do you think that maybe you could do an RRR and then say, okay, let's make this small 5 crore movie and just put it out to the cities and then go back to another big movie? And then is that alternation possible?
See, when you can experience and taste some success like this, one of my things that elements that I crop up in my head is why do this?
Why do that?
Yeah, there are other directors, other actors who are experimenting.
No,
on
but you
this.
said the thirst was there. That's why I said.
Thirst was there to make that small line,
Right.
make it a beautiful screenplay that will cater to all the mass audience
okay,
as well.
okay.
Not a mass film, a mass audience.
Audience, right.
Yeah, a larger audience.
Yeah.
That will be my first attempt to do.
Yeah.
But if not for a fun sake, no, I don't want to just do this just for a fun sake. Put all my efforts and just see these numbers. I rather produce a film for a youngsters, a young director, a young actor, and make that and feel justified and satisfied
Right.
than seeing myself.
Do you think it's also because of the fans? They like to see you a certain way. They kind of.
See, again, relating it to the question which was previously asked, I think these are all our inhibitions. We just have we have so many unanswered questions,
Right.
which we tend to make it our weaknesses or our restrictions,
Right.
which is not right. I say, you know what? See, as actors, you need to do as many possible characters or roles as you
Types of
can.
role, yeah.
You're an actor.
Yeah.
Budget का कोई फर्क नहीं इधर is what I think. I mean, we cannot say this film doesn't work for me because it's budgeted lesser than what I did before.
Yeah.
See, each movie, RRR is a movie which can be made maybe in a budget of 10, in a budget of 20 also. Why not? So, but it's one filmmaker's dream. It's Rajamouli's dream of mounting it
On that
to
scale.
this canvas.
Yeah.
So each storyteller is different from the other.
Yeah.
So I would say, see, these are all our inhibitions, and somewhere we just have to really, if that was an inhibition, I think RRR wouldn't have
Like
been
you
made
said,
today.
the emotion behind RRR doesn't have a budget.
Absolutely, yeah.
The vision of the director has the budget.
Right.
If we really tend to answer those inhibitions or give them importance, I think that poster wouldn't have been possible. Absolutely.
Yeah. This is a poster. I just saw it and it's
Just-
like amazing.
Yeah, this wouldn't have been
Yeah,
possible
yeah.
if we were stuck to those questions.
Yeah.
Or this friendship. Well, we were good friends.
Wouldn't have
we were great
flourished.
friends. Wouldn't have flourished even better without this. I mean, I'm serious. I would have probably not made we wouldn't have made our friendship into a better, we wouldn't have been better friends
Really
if
blossomed.
this movie wasn't there. We really blossomed.
How easy is it to be personal friends and professional
Oh,
rivals?
trust me, it's very easy.
It's very easy.
Trust me, it's very
Yeah.
easy.
Okay.
When you're on the
Very,
same
very, very easy. Again,
So,
inhibition.
so you
Wavelength.
compete with each other on the sets,
Yes,
and in
of
the
course
evening you
we
go and
do.
have a drink and
Yeah.
like,
Of
like
course.
yeah,
I mean, like,
Absolutely.
come on.
Why not?
See, you have a personal and a professional life,
yeah.
right? And I think we are old enough to,
Yeah.
separate both of them and be rivals as well as great friends together also.
Right. You're very zen. This is something that
I mean, I
This
speak, he
works
doesn't.
too. When you travel at the same wavelength, you're inspiring each other. You have each other's back. Sometimes it's just not inspiring. You have to have somebody's back sometimes on the
Yeah.
sets, and he had my back. I had his back many times, and it was a beautiful journey together.
Yeah.
I loved every day of it like the last day.
Would you call RRR the toughest film you've ever done?
Yes, for me, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
But if you were to name one aspect of it that made it tough, I know there are many aspects, but
Action.
Action? Okay.
Yes.
I'm telling you this, when RRR releases, people are going to be flabbergasted with the action sequences.
Not only the emotion, but the action.
The action is, I mean, we had to really punch each other. We had to bring that emotion out. I mean, like, both of us were like, we were shooting for the sequence and we were hitting each other. And immediately there was like, sorry. Okay, yeah, sorry. I hope I
That's like, yes, sorry, chhod do yaar abhi.
And finally,
Forget
we
this.
were like, yeah, we went into it so much. I was like, you know what?
Leave
There's
it.
no more sorries, fine, just leave it, fine, you're hurt. I can't do anything about it. Let's move on, let's go
But
on to
the
next.
best part is sometimes you work so hard that doesn't transcend the same feeling to the audience, and they don't feel the same thing. But this, every second of our hard work, every day of our hard work, we both put in our efforts. I'm very sure that it is going to be into 10x. I mean,
Right.
in 10x. What they're going to feel and how it's going to resonate to the audience,
Right.
and what they're going to feel. This is a very, very rare phenomenon that happens. Like our work has resonated into 10.
Is it true that you were the one that gave Rajamouli the nickname Jakkarna?
Well, it was another friend
Amar
of mine
Singh
called Rajiv Kankala. He's an
Because
actor too.
there are both versions on the web. So I was like, what is the actual story?
No, the actual story is, there's this actor and a very dear friend of both me and Rajamouli. He's Rajiv Kankala. I'm sure you know.
Yeah.
So, they associated on a TV serial called Shantinivasam. So, cut. He's the director of Student Number 1. So then I was just, when I met him when he started off
Right,
with the
and
narration
you're
of the
starting off-
story.
yeah.
Well, I was a movie senior to him. So we were just talking and then we started off the shoot and he was on the most minutest things. He wanted that perfection. I was like, I just looked at Rajiv and said, dude, how? Why is he such a perfectionist? And then Rajiv was like, yeah, he's like this sculptor Amar Shilpi Jakana. I was like, you know what? We should actually call him Jakana.
You still call him that?
Yeah. So I don't know. I've never called him Raj. Maybe in interviews I call him Rajamouli sometimes, but for me it's always Jakana. It's become like, for me his name is Jakana.
Do you call him that as well?
No.
Let's leave this movie aside. Which do you think has been the most important film of your respective careers that has, when you look back, you say, this is the film that either gave me an identity or taught me the most? It could be a hit, it could be a flop, it could be whatever. Which would be that movie for you and which would be that movie for you?
Magadira.
Right.
Absolutely. For what I learned at that time, being a second film in my career.
Right.
Post that, how I reinvented myself as a person, as an actor, which influenced me as a person also, that character, is Rangasthanam
Right.
with Sukumar.
Superb film. Yeah.
These are two films.
Yeah.
I think they made a huge impact.
Yeah.
For me it's a movie called Temper.
Right. Which has been remade all over.
Yes.
Yes.
It was one film which really made me understand or which gave me the confidence to stop taking these inhibitions into considerations. And you're an actor, you need to move away from your comfort zone, and God knows what my comfort zone was because I was never aware of it. So it was one film which I could just go all out as an actor and do whatever I want to,
Right.
and not worry about the consequences.
Yeah.
And in return, it turned out to be a successful film. So that film has really brought about that change in me as an actor, and which still is pushing me to go forward.
Wonderful. Today actors are venturing into other industries. Tamil actors are acting in Hindi films and so on and so forth. Do you have any such plans?
Yeah, I want to work in Indian film
I
industry.
know you did Zanjeer.
No, but I like his answer. He said he wants to be a part of the Indian film industry.
Yeah. You are a part of the Indian film industry.
So that's it. There's no other industry for me.
Yeah.
That I have to go and explore and see myself in. I'm an Indian
Right.
actor. I hope all our directors from Kashmir to Kanyakumari feel that. And whenever we do a movie next or henceforth, it will be an Indian film.
Yeah.
Same answer.
I mean, I want to be an Indian actor who can actually convince everyone of different languages
Yeah.
from our films.
Right.
Cinema
I know
should not.
it's not like I want to do a Hindi film or I want to do a Tamil film. No. I want to be a part of an Indian film which can cater to all languages.
Right. But have you been approached by, let's say, a Malayalam filmmaker and say, will you be a part of
Well,
that
I
film?
think we
or
were too busy with promoting RRR.
We are
Oh,
very
So we still
busy.
haven't opened our doors
Doors to get busy on a next.
to get busy
Yeah.
on that aspect.
Yeah.
We're still promoting RRR. So once this is done, we'll have a chit chat again and then maybe we can give you the list.
Oh, good. You've both worked with Rajamouli earlier, Student Number One, Magadira, all those other films. Now, you called him Jagannath, this absolute perfectionist person. Apart from that, do you see any change in him? Was he, like, for example, like an angry, short-tempered person earlier? Now he's become calmer. Is there something that's changed in him?
He's just become more hungry.
More hungry. Okay.
He's this whole of, I mean, like he's got this, bolte hain na wo sir pe ek bhoot chada hua hai. It's like he's got this pace sitting on his head. He wants to, now when he's got this opportunity of uniting a nation with his films, he wants to tell more stories and inspire the coming generations
Right.
Filmmakers.
of
Yeah.
filmmakers, call it audiences.
Yep.
His thirst has grown as a filmmaker. His madness towards perfection is still intact. That hasn't gone anywhere. His talent of being a great storyteller. I mean, like, who would have even imagined of creating a fiction story
Yeah.
with two real life
Yeah.
freedom fighters? I mean,
Yeah.
so he continues to have all that madness.
Yeah.
It's gone nowhere, but now his thirst has gone up.
Right.
Today, as a filmmaker, I feel his thirst, which he's talking about, is going to lay a foundation, lay a path for not just filmmakers to come in the future, but the audience. Audience's thirst has increased after his films.
Yeah.
And as an actors, we all are inspired, not only me, other actors. So his aura has not only touched the future filmmakers, future audience, future generation of actors to come and producers to make better films and a nation to celebrate cinema.
Right.
So his thirst, which he said from first film to now, has leaked and passed through many paths.
True, I think we wouldn't be sitting and talking if there wasn't Bahubali, right? Followed by RRR, where today,
No, actually, I would have anyway. I would have done that for Eager because that is the film that opened my eyes to this magician called So
I mean, like Bahubali somewhere has erased.
Of course, yes, Bahubali, yes.
This
But I'm saying,
distances between, where we're all sitting and talking like one big family.
Yeah. In fact, I think had Eager was a little ahead of its time. Had it could have also become a Bahubali is what
There's
I
another movie
feel.
called Sai of his.
Yeah, Sai.
I think Sai again is way ahead of its time.
Yeah, one of the first sport films.
Yeah.
We know about cricket and hockey.
Yeah.
But rugby was something which was still not known to the masses.
Yeah.
But today, I think
Yeah.
a movie like Sai would create wonders.
Charan, you once said that you are not a method actor. What kind of an actor are you? Are you somebody who acts on instinct or do you go to the director? It's a mix of both.
All I know is I'm not a method actor, but I don't know what kind of an actor I am. It's just,
I love this.
This is an answer, no? This is a
Lovely.
superb answer.
I love it.
I've heard it through the interviews of RRR, what I am hearing from Rajamouli sir's perspective. For his film and here now in RRR, maybe I was what he said, is a very instinctive actor. But I don't know every film will I be an instinctive actor. There are some cinemas that you have to do a certain homework.
Yeah.
That certain process of workshop have to be done. Probably then I'll be a blend of method and instinctive actor.
Right.
I want
Changes
to
from-
categorize
yeah,
myself.
yeah.
For this film, maybe we needed that instinctiveness. And for every other film, it changes from film to film. So I don't know, sir.
Yeah. Do you have an answer?
No, I just want to know what method acting is. Seriously, I mean, like, know what
Probably if you
method
studied
acting
in
is.
New York Film School, we'll know what is method and
No,
instinctive.
I mean, to very, very loosely say, what it is. It's,
Oh, you need to be someone on screen.
No, like suppose you want to cry on screen, then you remember a sad event from your life.
I
and,
remember
that kind
when
of-
we heard Sean Penn got into that character, which film I don't know, but
Milk,
he
is it?
Huh?
Milk? The
I
movie?
don't know the film. He had this kid and his character, he keeps growing younger. That film, apparently, he had a psychologist on set before he goes from his green room to psych himself, and he couldn't come out. He stayed there. It's a very method process. I don't think
or
so.
Daniel Day-Lewis, for example, apparently for Gangs of New York, he kept hearing heavy metal music all the time because he wanted to, imbibe that be in that zone or whatever it is. It's kind of
so completely justified. But if I don't know, I think I'm just my director's actor. Is I'm my filmmaker's actor.
Yeah.
I really I can't afford doing this. If I have to play a rock star, I can't go start listening to heavy metal music because I've got 2 kids. So I can't afford doing that, nor can I rent an apartment or buy another house and go and stay there because I miss them way too much. So I can never be a method actor. And so I'm just my filmmaker's actor.
For now, we didn't have to be.
Yeah.
I would say I would never go or dig into my memory lanes to actually deliver something, but I think we have enough predecessors. We have our, seniors to help us.
Yeah.
There are movies. There are
Mainly the
scenes
director.
from which unknowingly, there's so much. We have so much of a film library in our heads.
Yeah.
You just want to close your eyes. Then you have a favorite actor. You have a favorite scene. Yeah, bring that out.
Right.
Maybe it delivers. Maybe it gets the job done.
Right. Charan, you have Acharya coming up just a month after RRR.
Yeah.
What is it like, again, acting with your father? Does he become a complete co-star? Or is there that division still there? Because when Mahan was released, Vikram acted with his son Dhruv. Like Dhruv said, he had he had to completely, forget that he was acting against his dad and become the character. I was wondering what the process was like for you.
I would like to talk about it when Acharya comes in more elaborate. But of course, in one line I would like to conclude this question is, my dad had completely become an actor.
Right.
He was not like this father who tells me how to do and when to wake up, when to sleep, are you going on sets on time. But that was not as a characters when we're playing on screen in front of the camera. It was not that scenario. He had given me that freedom, that space for my character to also breathe while he was still standing there. So that is something he complimented me.
Right.
More elaborate, definitely during Acharya promotions. I will speak. I would want to speak.
Okay. Tarak, what is the biggest lesson that you've learned from your grandfather's career?
No. Wow.
It could be 2 biggest lessons.
I mean,
it could be 3.
Many. But I don't know. I think this. He was many things. He was great actor, if I may speak, if I can actually say that. He was a great actor. He was a great director. He was a great. he was a great filmmaker. He lived. He breathed movies. But apart from this, later, you've realized, or a lot of them realized, that he was a great citizen of this country. When he started off into politics and the kind of service he rendered to people, and I think that's something which I really want to be. I'm not talking about politics. I'm talking about being a responsible citizen to this country. Is what I'm really gonna. Is maybe something I've really learned from him.
Right.
Wherever you are, whatever you do, the films you do, the deeds you do, always has inspired the other to be a good citizen.
Right.
So I think that's something which I really have learned from him. In spite of many great things he was. Great father, husband, actor, filmmaker. He was a great citizen of this country.
Inspired generations to come.
Generations to come.
Yeah. Like even today
with his good doings.
Yeah, it's like, when I was growing up, I actually thought he was gone because every other movie they would show on TV, he'd be playing, some mythological figure, Maya Bazaar or whatever it is. It's like, he would always be that.
Yes.
And there's a Tamil movie, Charan, where he's absolutely the embodiment of what somebody would think is Krishna, especially in that great song Ullathil Nalla Ullam. I don't know if you remember that, but anyway,
I do.
Yeah. So
Like with his films also, again he's really educated people about what our mythology is,
right,
what our religious beliefs are.
yeah,
He's brought about that thing to a lot of them.
Right.
So that's something which I'm gonna always keep within my heart, in my heart, saying that whatever it is, you have to be a great citizen to this country first.
great.
You have to.
Great. Do you know what your next film is going to be?
Yes.
Yes. Can you talk about it now?
Well, I would just tell you that I'm working with Koratala Shiva.
Okay. Right.
Who's director Acharya.
Right.
Yes.
Right,
So
right.
my next movie is with him. Just waiting for RRR to release.
Right.
So once this is done, I'm going to give out more details of the project which we are working together.
Right. Yours is the Shankar film.
Yes,
How is it coming along?
absolutely. We are into the third schedule. It's going great.
Yeah.
Really looking forward for that as well.
This was just a complete pleasure because I think you compliment each other even in the interviews.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to how you guys, compliment each other in the movie. So that's interesting.
Kind of become one voice, two personalities.
Maybe it's all the practice because you've been giving, all these interviews together. But
No, but I think we've discovered that we complement each other only after we started the interview. So
Absolutely.
we've
Yeah,
never been in a situation like this. Well, with a very few personal friends, maybe.
It was a discovery, not a practice.
I know. It was a discovery than a practice.
anyway, thank you very much.
Thank you so
and
much.
all the
Thank
very
you.
best.
Thank you.
Thank you.
so much.
Yeah.